Welcome back to another Stream This,
where we watch episodes and let you know if you should
stream this.
This is the episode title, episode 3, Doing a Dahmer.
Which was a real thing. That was a real thing that they would say to him in high school.
Did.
Yeah.
That is a reference.
That's what they call doing a Dahmer.
Yeah, when he made that, like I guess today's version of the derp.
So this episode has got obviously very serious tones.
He's in high school at this point, and it's basically he makes his first kill. He does his first murder. It's a very coming-of-age story.
Everybody remembers their first, right?
Yeah.
Do you
So the scene starts out, what's going on here? This is like his mom. She's on some meds. She's pregnant.
No, yeah. So I think the mom's a little wacky, and that's the dad in the car that ends up pulling up and seeing like his wife really not wearing winter clothes
at a bus stop.
I'm more worried about, hypothermia at this point. That's just irresponsible.
He doesn't seem concerned about much at this point. I don't think that was a thought.
No.
I think that would freak out a Floridian.
Oh,
They're
without a
like,
doubt.
whoa.
I got cold just watching it.
I didn't like that.
I turned the AC up in the
Absolutely.
studio here. I was like, man, it's freezing.
Okay, so you're well into your last trimester. Good.
The Colonel.
The Colonel Sanders.
It's 11 herbs.
Yeah, look at him. This guy made me hungry. I was like, man, I could really use a bucket of chicken right now.
Wait, is she going through postpartum? No,
think
she hasn't had the baby yet. She's just regretting. She just doesn't want it.
I just want this to be over so I can get on with my life.
She doesn't want any of this.
She's clearly in an unhappy marriage where she's self-medicating heavily with alcohol and some prescription.
And right here is where, right now they're talking about all the medicines that she's been taking, and she's on pill after pill after pill, and she's pregnant in this point.
And she's like eye rolling, like, this is what I got to do.
Yeah. So, I mean, all of those drugs in her system, and this is where the dad is saying he's concerned for the fetus right there.
Yeah.
Which
it's a little
makes sense.
foreshadow. It's like a lot of this is foreshadow to Dahmer.
Right.
I think that this might have had something to do with him later in life.
Right.
Yeah, but wasn't the dad like nuts too, though?
Yeah, he's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, so in real life, this whole show is pretty accurate, but in real life, the dad admitted that he had fantasies of murdering.
Yeah.
Right.
So, who knows?
This is just outside knowledge you guys have, right?
Yeah,
this is,
okay. This is
I was
Wikipedia.
Like, yeah.
Interview. This was like interviews like with Jeffrey Dahmer in the real world.
So it's like a chip off the old block.
Yeah.
So what do you think about their relationship here, like father and son? Like, I'll be honest, like, most deadbeat dads don't do this much with their kid.
My dad didn't do that. My dad never took me
like maybe he's not really a deadbeat dad. He's just like, they're just both weird.
Yeah, he's a good dad. Like he's
not been a terrible dad.
He's not a terrible dad.
Not a great husband. Bad husband.
You were taking 26 pills a day.
I think he just has no more patience with his wife.
Yeah.
Well, they both don't have patience for each other.
Yeah, it's an unhealthy
They're just they both checked out,
Yeah.
and they're still existing.
Right. But he's doing stuff with them. I mean, he's taking them fishing,
Yeah.
A lot of dads don't do that with their kids. He's taking them fishing. He's showing them things. He's trying to bond with them. He's asking them about girls at school. He's talking about Playboys. Like, I mean, he's trying to.
I agree. It's Jeffrey's fault.
He
was the problem.
Yeah.
Cringe moment, guys. This is probably one of the hardest scenes for me to watch. Like, I've been through high school and middle school and all that stuff, and I get the anxiety you get when you're around, let's say, a bunch of jocks or whatnot, all wearing their like matching team jersey jackets, and he just goes too far with this impersonation to the point where everyone just kind of just stands there and stares at him.
All right.
And they're laughing at first, and then he just doesn't stop, and then they're like, all right. This is then it gets awkward.
So he's
I'm going to blame the school system in the 70s for making Dahmer like a very good serial killer, because I never had the gut a pig.
No, we got frogs.
We got earthworms.
I did a pig.
You did a pig?
I did a pig, yeah, and a starfish.
Oh, man.
Man, I didn't do a pig.
Yeah.
The teacher's like, wow, Jeffrey, you did a really good job at this. And it's just funny because we're a fly on the wall 30 years in the future, watching these scenes are, I don't know, slightly comedic because you're like, oh, well, gee, look at him now. He's training. And he's sitting next to a vegetarian. How ironic. I love it.
This is like the only lesson in school he probably got an A in. Yeah. Man, Jeffrey Dahmer really dissected the hell out of that pig.
I mean, my dad says I'm like a science guy, but I'm not really good at math.
I could tell you where the heart is. He took the pig home with him.
Yeah.
He asked the teacher, he's like, do you mind if I take a pig home?
Sure, yeah.
I want to do a little practice.
And he was like, hey, Jason, you want to hang out and dissect a pig?
That would get you get you a note in your note. Like today, if you asked to take one home to dissect it, that would put up a flag, right?
Yeah.
Oh, immediately. I mean, especially with like, the situation with schools, they'd be like, okay, kid took home a pig to dissect.
Kids don't even ask to take home like homework. You could be like, I want to do a little extra reading. They'd be like, this kid's a wacko.
Oh, is this the divorce scene?
Yeah, this seems like
he basically
the mom leaves.
The mom leaves, and her dialogue to her son in that moment was
sad.
just
heart-wrenching.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking.
Oh, it was awful.
What are you talking about? You're staying here.
Can't even fathom a mom saying that to their kid, and I feel bad for anybody that have to live with that type of verbal abuse from their freaking mom.
A dad, I get.
Yeah,
but a mom?
A mom?
That's different, man. It is.
Talk to her son like she would like a guy that fucked her over. Like, you know what I mean? She's like, you never asked me. Well, I didn't think you wanted to. Of course I didn't. That's fucking disgusting.
But you should have asked.
But you should have asked. I'm like,
It's like she took out the anger of the father on him.
Oh, without a doubt.
Totally.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
How about the name Dahmer? Nobody else could have that name now.
Do they? I bet somebody does.
Somebody has to.
David Dahmer is still around, right? The brother?
No, he changed it to David Dobrik. You too called. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is him in solitude now. So he goes on his montage of him working out, drinking Budweiser.
Pounding beer.
What's he doing with something with acid? He's killing or
dissolving bones.
Yep.
Decalcifying bones.
Decalcifying. Yeah. Wait, really? Oh, like the roadkill?
I believe that's what it is.
Okay, and then
he's taking the meat off the bones, right?
Yeah.
So and then like as he's doing this, he's also kind of stalking because he has these urges inside. I don't think he's had since the mannequin that I've seen that he can't contain anymore. And of course, no one wants to hang out with him, so he's got to take measures into his own hand.
So he grabs the Louisville Slugger and hides behind a bush and waits for his friend that he sees every day.
He's already ready to do this.
He pulled a Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
He pulled a Carrie Underwood.
Wouldn't the car have been way more efficient as he's driving when he decided to kill him just to do a quick swerve?
But he didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah.
He wasn't like he was.
I think a bat to the head would do way more damage than a Buick to the stomach.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he's just new to this. He doesn't really know. He's kind of figuring himself out.
Yeah, he sucks at killing people in this episode.
He's soul searching on how to murder.
He hasn't found his serial killer voice yet.
Yeah.
This scene with a counselor, she's doing a good job trying to kind of pull out the. What is it that you want, Jeffrey? What are
you good at?
This was right after he
opened a beer in class. He was brought a 6-pack to class, sat down in the seat, cracked open a beer, and the teacher's like, "What are you doing? Get out of here!"
If I was in high school, and I had my own car, and I was bringing in beers, I'd be the most popular kid in that school. In fact, people would be like, "Wait, where's your parents? Oh, they're not even home.
You have an empty house.
House party of Dahmers, everybody. House party of Dahmers.
He's pulling a Dahmer tonight.
Yeah, we're all Dahmer tonight.
House, go away for the summer.
Car, fridge filled with beer, weed, workout center in the middle of your living room.
Exactly. Someone could have been a fake friend, at least taking advantage of his amenities.
I agree, and I think a little bit of encouragement, we probably would not have heard of Jeffrey Dahmer.
One attaboy
would have changed the world.
Yeah.
One attaboy.
That would have.
And then here we have a hitchhiker that wants to make it to a concert.
I'm trying to get to a concert in Chippewa Lake Park. Are you headed that way?
And it's the perfect scenario for Jeffrey Dahmer.
Well, and let me say this. He had said that before he made his first kill, because I've been watching a lot of interviews, the interviews that are online with Jeffrey Dahmer. He wanted to like pick up and stalk and kill a hitchhiker specifically.
Oh.
So like he came across this.
Hey, man.
And that's like, what was the song that played during the scene?
Stumble In.
Because like he wanted
it was
like,
perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect for him.
He wanted to be spontaneous too.
I don't know if he wanted to be spontaneous.
Or he's just going to be constantly on the road.
I think it was more that this guy just stumbled into his life.
Yeah, that's what I think they were trying to say, like stumbled in. But he had said in the interview that like he wanted to he was attracted to like the hitchhikers. He wanted to pick up a hitchhiker and like do whatever to a hitchhiker.
Yeah.
This guy's a hitchhiker that he just kind of stumbled across. So this was like his dream right here.
Hey, man.
Perfect.
Yeah, this was perfect for him.
I can't believe he convinced him to I mean, he said I got beers, I got some smokes, I got some stuff.
JP's impression of Jeffrey Dahmer.
But you got to
so
think of
uncharismatic.
I just love how he says
Jeffrey
stuff.
Dahmer sucks so hard.
You worry too much. Like, we can just I'm gonna take you to the concert. Just like, don't you want to do like 10 more reps with me?
10 more reps.
Just 10 more reps.
and I'm not certain, but I don't think that guy's into Jeffrey.
This guy's not into Jeffrey. This guy.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all.
The murder here was like almost accidental. Like
Impulsive.
It was impulsive. It wasn't premeditated.
He didn't want him to leave. He saw at that moment, he's like, fuck, he's going to leave. This guy's going to leave. I'm so lonely. I'm so desperate. I'm so needing company that he just grabbed that weight and smash right across.
He got mad at him. So then he hits him in the back of the head, but he doesn't completely die.
And so stars.
Yeah, and then he ends up choking him out.
Yeah, because he's probably just like fight or flight.
He kills him and hides him under the house, panics, kind of gets his bearings, and then brings him back out. Like everything that he learned with animals.
With his dad. Yeah,
with his
this
dad.
is kind of...
He ends up cutting up the body, dissolving the meat off the bones with the acid, and then putting the bones in the oven so that they would get brittle so that he could smash them and disintegrate them. I heard him say in an interview that he had to heat them up like that because the bones otherwise would be very bones are soft and moist.
Marrow in the middle.
Marrow in the middle.
That stays hard or stays wet for a long time.
Yeah.
It would like what he's doing in the oven would take like 100 years to do naturally.
Oh, and then there he is on the ground smashing these with a sledgehammer. Again, that was where I checked out. I couldn't kill anybody.
That was a rough
because
one, yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and go through all. That's there's so much dirty work, and it probably smells bad.
Right, you're not cut out for this. Yeah.
This is it. This is the climax. This is his
crazy.
first kill.
Yep.
He's done it. He's now embracing this. However, he's processing it, and he's driving drunk with remains in bags, and he gets freaking pulled over.
Oh
crazy.
my gosh.
I'm just like, had I not known this whole story, I would be shitting my pants watching this scene. How is he gonna?
Well, you put yourself in that position. Like if you got pulled over from the cops, even if you're doing, if you're drinking and driving, if you had 2 or 3 beers and then you get pulled over, you're shitting yourself. You're like, oh my God, I'm about to get a DUI. I'm gonna get arrested. Everything could come to shit.
Bodies.
Now add a whole dead, cut up corpse
in 10 separate bags.
They're the clippings.
And I love this scene. He's like, son, you're only 18. You got the rest of your life ahead of you.
And I'm not going to fuck that up by arresting you tonight. Okay?
That's the, I have issue.
I'm not gonna. Well, I mean,
if that's not the biggest luck.
Almost every time he almost gets caught, I feel like they're taking some liberties with this because it's almost like, I see a future in you, boy. We're gonna.
I mean, I see a future. I just want to see the grass clippings
you got
real
your
quick.
whole,
I want to see how fresh those grass clippings are.
Yeah.
Today you'd be like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of weirdos out there. In the 70s, there wasn't that many weirdos.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Here, so he gets away,
and then this is the very last moments of the show.
Oh,
right
where
here.
He spreads the remains
Yeah, and because they're all they're cooked, and he hit him with a hammer, and he turned them into powder, and so you see him just like disintegrate into the air. He throws them in the backyard, and it just powder that just blows
like confetti.
In the wind. Yeah, like confetti.
Oh, yep, there it is.
But see, if you could see some bigger pieces.
Yeah, some of the bigger
and
debris and
that'll come back.
Artifacts.
That is that's wild, guys. All right, guys, so that's episode 3 of Dahmer. We play a little game, Carmen. It is Guess the IMDb for this episode.
Okay.
So we'll have you go first.
I say 8.2.
8.2? Okay. That's pretty, I would actually say higher.
Not the Price is Right, but I had 8.3 in my head.
All right.
But
oh my gosh, you guys.
What is it?
Carmen won.
Right
really?
on.
Yeah, 8.0.
Well done.
Oh, right
I thought it was going to be higher. So, episode 3, would you stream this? Do you think this is a vital episode of the series?
100%.
100%. Me too.
100%.
I love this episode. I thought it gave a lot of great backstory and built the story.
Pick your weapon of choice. Or I think we got a little shotgun too. And if you think about it, if Jeffrey Dahmer had one of these, it'd be much quicker kill.
It'd be a quick show. It'd be a reel.
It'd be a real.
Yeah. Boom. Done.